Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Florida officials announced more than 6,000 immigration arrests. Florida officials revealed that over 6,000 people suspected of being in the U.S. illegally have been arrested in the past 5 months, underscoring the state's aggressive role in federal immigration enforcement. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Over the last 5 months, Florida law enforcement officials have arrested more than 6,000 people suspected of being in the United States illegally, according to U.S. Border Patrol officials. The video underscores Florida's rising prominence in President Donald Trump's nationwide deportation agenda and highlights the scale of coordination between state agencies and federal immigration authorities. Federal reimbursements signal growing partnership. The Department of Homeland Security revealed that Florida will be reimbursed nearly $30 million for immigration-related enforcement efforts. This reimbursement covers expenses tied to equipment, transport, and officer compensation. Officials emphasize that Florida is among the largest beneficiaries of federal support, receiving a significant portion of the $1.7 billion allocated to state and local law enforcement nationwide. At an event in Tallahassee, Madison Sheehan, Deputy Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, applauded Florida's role, describing the state as a national model for immigration enforcement cooperation. Local sheriffs lead the charge. Local sheriffs have been particularly active in spearheading the crackdown. Rob Hardwick, sheriff of St. Johns County, reported that his department alone was responsible for more than 700 arrests. Speaking at a press conference, Hardwick urged other sheriffs to join Florida's expanding immigration enforcement network. "Our federal partners are sitting there with a checkbook, ready to write," he declared, noting the incentives available to local departments that cooperate. Florida tops the nation in 287G agreements. Florida's aggressive role in immigration enforcement is largely facilitated by the Trump administration's revival of the 287G program, which allows local and state law enforcement agencies to carry out federal immigration duties. Nationwide, more than 1,000 agreements are now in place, with Florida signing 326 more than any other state. Millions directed to deputize Florida officers. To sustain its operations, Florida is receiving substantial federal financial support. More than $10 million is earmarked for local agencies and $28.5 million for state-level partners. The funds are designed to cover costs linked to equipment, transportation, and overtime expenses for the 4,700 Florida officers who have been deputized under federal authority. Governor Ron DeSantis, a strong supporter of Trump's immigration crackdown, called the recent funding package just the beginning, signaling that the state plans to intensify its role further. High-impact operations yield hundreds of arrests. Beyond day-to-day enforcement, Florida has been the site of large-scale operations involving local, state, and federal agencies. In one 4-day operation across Central Florida, more than 350 arrests were made. Jeff Dynais, Chief Patrol Agent of the U.S. Border Patrol's Miami sector, hailed the state's commitment, saying the federal government has no better partner than Florida. Economic realities and civil rights concerns. Florida's foreign-born population, nearly 1 in 4 residents, makes the state a focal point for immigration enforcement. Industries such as tourism, hospitality, and agriculture depend heavily on immigrant labor, putting many workers at risk of arrest. In some cases, even U.S. citizens have been mistakenly detained. Detention facilities spark controversy. The state is also investing heavily in detention capacity, housing immigrants while they await deportation or appeal their cases. The most notorious site, nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz, is a remote compound in the Everglades consisting of tents and trailers. The facility has faced multiple lawsuits seeking its closure, citing inhumane conditions. Florida's role as a national model. For Trump's administration, Florida's actions serve as a template for nationwide policy. By embedding immigration enforcement in local law enforcement, securing federal reimbursements, and expanding detention capacity, Florida has become a showcase state for mass deportation strategy. Yet, the approach has ignited debate. Supporters argue that it strengthens public safety and upholds immigration law. Critics counter that it fosters racial profiling, undermines civil liberties, and risks destabilizing industries relying on immigrant workers. Florida's sweeping immigration enforcement campaign reflects a deeper alignment between state and federal priorities under Trump's presidency. With thousands of arrests, millions in reimbursements, and the rapid expansion of detention facilities, the state has entrenched itself as both a national leader and a flashpoint in America's ongoing immigration battle. Whether seen as a model of law and order or a symbol of overreach, Florida's role in shaping the future of U.S. immigration enforcement is undeniable. The surge in arrests highlights Florida's growing involvement in national immigration policies, setting the stage for continued debate over enforcement and state-federal cooperation. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care